Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Grace Moi Official, and remember to subscribe so that you can be knowing what is going on. But without further ado, I also want to introduce to you Wema Springs. Wema Springs is a project under Wema Limited. It is in Embu and it is just 11 kilometers from Kengen headquarters, 1.5 kilometers from the Tarmac Road. You can get to buy 1 acre of land at just 600,000 Kenya shillings. Imagine 600,000 Kenya shillings for an acre. And also, if you don't have pesa yote, you can also pay a deposit 30%. That means you can pay Kenya shillings 180,000 and you can get to book for your acre of land. Karibuni sana. Also, the social amenities are there, the schools, the hospitals, all those social amenities that you could be needing are all available there. Also, if you want to do farming, you can farm tomatoes, you can farm potatoes. It is a very, very good land. Come and invest at Wema Springs. Karibuni tena sana. Now back to the interview. Today I have a very special guest, and I know that we are going to have an amazing time. We are going to get inspired, and you better know that no temptation has found you that is not common to man. Our guest is just here to remind you that you will make it in life. It does not matter what you're going through, you're going to survive it in Jesus' name. So karibuni sana, na tutaweza kukaribisha mgeni wetu. Karibu sana. Uko salama? Unaongea sauti ama ni baridi? By the way, Nyeri kuna baridi. I mean Nyeri, by the way, it is cold. Uko salama?
Niko salama.
Yes, that is better. Baridi imetushika sisi wote.
Imetushika kabisa.
Yes. Uko salama?
Niko salama kabisa.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you. Yeah.
Now I'd want you to introduce yourself to our guest.
Yeah.
Ndio tuanzie hapo.
Okay, my name is Jacqueline Rogorokago. I'm basically a mom of 2 boys. And I'm a born-again Christian, and basically a mental health advocate in this country. Yeah.
Wow. Karibu sana. Well done.
Asante.
Welcome to our show.
Yeah.
Now, Jackie, I've read your story. I have heard your story. And I called you to this show because there could be, I think we cannot insist enough, hatuwezi ambia watu enough of the things that we have been going through. Pengine kuna mtu hajapata mtu wa kumtia moyo. Maybe there's a person who has not yet heard your story. Or basically I think your story is a story that you would want to keep hearing all the time, because I don't think you can never have enough of hope. And karibu sana to our show today. And I know your story is going to inspire a lot of people. First of all, you can let us know how your growing up was, how your childhood was. We just want to get to know you better.
Basically, I was born in Thika. I grew up in Thika. I was a normal child. My parents were both teachers and very strong Christians. And so basically my childhood was okay. I was this smart girl, always smart. And I had friends, and we would play with my friends, and it was a normal life.
Yeah.
Then I did my KCPE, and I joined Kahuya Girls High School. And I think that's where trouble started, because I was always in trouble in Kahuya Girls.
In Form 1? Unajua wanasemanga saa zingine Form 2 ndio tumambo tunaanzanga.
No, mine started in Form 1.
Wow.
In Form 1, I don't want to attend morning preps, which to many may look normal. I was always in trouble, not doing assignments, having troubles waking up. When we go to music festivals, I was starting trouble. Imagine I joined music festival in drama in Form 1.
Wow.
In Form 1. And in Form 1, I was having these troubles that people will just think it's adolescence.
Oh yeah.
Then I joined Form 2. In Form 2, I was basically, most of the time I was rude to my fellow students. If not rude, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And I was getting in trouble a lot of time, and my parents were called all the time. Kujeni, she has done this. I remember there was a time I walked out of the gate and I went away. And instead of being suspended, my parents were called, and I was given a punishment. And the punishment was to wash the booth. And can you imagine booth, the high school, venye zinakaa? And we were wearing skirts. You expect me to be afraid, because you sit outside the staff room.
Yeah.
I climbed up to the top and I scribed nicely, like no big deal. And the teachers were like, Sasa, who you with her skirt and she's on top of the booth.
Now, Jackie, before, okay, for the sake of people like us that left school a very long time ago, describe a booth.
A booth. If you can remember those phones, like kitambo, the ones you used to rusha coins.
Oh yeah,
they had a red.
Oh, the phone booth. The phone booth. Ah, okay.
So I climbed onto the top. I was shad. Just to make sure it is perfectly. My punishment must be done perfectly. And then in Form 3 is when I went and nikatawanisha mawaya za basi. I drove the bus. And I was suspended.
Okay.
Yeah, and you see the way mnaonanga movies. Wires.
It is a movie.
No.
Wacha turudi kwa booth. So ulipanda juu ya booth.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, that's dangerous, definitely.
But I didn't care then. You know, I enjoyed doing daring things.
Oh yeah, adventure.
Adventure and daring things that I felt would make people see I'm super.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Jackie ni mnoma. That's like the hero of the day.
Yeah.
And I drove the bus.
Wow.
I remember in the same time in Form 3, I nilitoka dormitory. I used to be in Wiseman. And there was this fire extinguisher. Can you imagine Grace Moya niliangalia fire extinguisher? I was like, na kitu inafanya kazi gani? So I walked with it inside the dormitory. Nikaitoanisha, nikafuata instructions. Nikaitoanisha, nikapress, ikatoka vitu za white. And all the pupils inside the dormitory were white. And they ran out, you know, to do fire extinguisher. Yeah, they ran out, they were screaming. And me, I'm like, yeah, I've achieved something.
Yeah.
My parents were called.
Yeah.
And I remember the explanation I gave, wajai tupeleka training ya fire extinguisher. What if there was a fire? At least me najua.
Yeah.
Kunifanya fire extinguisher. I was given a punishment. So basically in high school, I was always in trouble.
Okay.
I was suspended so many times. And thank God I was not expelled. That was ngeenda wapi. And then I joined college. Hey, college.
So those things, Turudi High School, those things, how are they making you feel as you do them?
I felt on top of the world.
You felt fulfilled,
untouchable. I felt like superwoman. I can do what others cannot do. I felt nice.
Did it ever occur to you like there was something else, or you were just in one place? I feel good about myself.
Yeah, I just felt I'm good.
Okay.
The other people wanaona mimi ni mnoma. You understand?
Now that makes you feel even better.
Yeah. I'm the hype. I'm the hype of the school. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in high school that time, ukisikia uko blacklist, you've made it. You've made it. Me, I was number 1 blacklist. Kawia girls, I had made it. Hata wa Nairobi, madam wa Nairobi walikuwa wananiogopa. I had made it. So I felt I had made it. I was untouchable. And then I joined college in Nairobi. It was in Bazaar Plaza, air travel and related studies. Hey, those people have suffered. First year, I was a nice girl. Sasa ndio nina adapt Nairobi, Nice, ninajua stage. And I would drink a lot. And I was, you know, I'm just trying to understand Nairobi. And I was in a hostel in Ngara. So within no time, I had adapted.
Okay.
To the college.
Like it didn't take you long.
Yeah, it didn't take me long. To the college, I could tell you where K1 is, K2 is, Carnival is. I had adapted, like nimefika Nairobi.
Yeah.
And so my hype is back. Now I'm not a stranger, so my hype is back.
Yeah.
So I remember there's a time Bazaar Plaza is on the 10th floor of air travel. I pandered the 10th floor, nikafika college. Class ikaisha, and I went to the balcony. Now the balcony had some zile protectives aside so that you don't fall the other side. But me, I climbed on top of that thing. I was on the edge. And so those that were down huko chini, walimu wa TSC, staff wa TSC, those people who were at Sanford, there's a place of chips called Sanford. They would see me. And I would enjoy. But they enjoyed attracting that crowd. They were like shocked I'm up.
I see you.
But me, I'm enjoying it. And I remember the lecturers were sasa from a distance. They wanted kunikaribia. But me, I'm smiling, I'm walking.
You're having a very nice time.
Yeah.
And it's for no apparent reason.
No apparent reason.
Like it's the daring
Jackie.
Jackie.
The daring Jackie. So I'm walking, I'm hyping. And then nikashuka. And I remember now is when the director was like, this one is not normal. Wow. So they called my parents. And my parents came and they were told this girl has to go for counseling because I think she has a problem. And was taken for counseling.
How did it, can you describe your feelings when you're told you need to go for counseling? What is the first feeling, by the way?
I was like, basically, watu wanadhania mimi ni mwenda wazimu. Like, seriously, counseling is for sick people. I'm not sick. I'm good. I'm just being myself. Why are people blaming me for being myself?
Wow. Now, let's address that, because I think that's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Most people, when they're being told you need counseling, you need to see somebody, you need to vent, you need to talk to somebody, the attitude yenye watu wanakuanga nayo is, is it that bad? Is something, kwani there's something wrong with me, you know? Could you address maybe somebody that has been told, you need to vent, you need to tell somebody? Could you tell them now the right attitude that they should have, which I know maybe you came to learn, but maybe not at that time? Could you talk to somebody like that?
When someone tells you to go for counseling, remember, it's the other person who can see you.
Wow.
You don't know yourself. It takes someone else to see, and Grace, there's something off with Grace. And that someone who's telling you is someone who cares about you. Basically, can be your teacher, your parents, your aunt, or your guardian. And they're concerned about you. Just take it positively, embrace it, then try it out, let the outcome identify whether you have a problem or not. Because if you ignore, it can grow to a bigger thing, and by the time we know it, maybe you have done something weird with your life.
That's true.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, it's good. So you took it just the way it came. You went for counseling.
I went for counseling.
You went for counseling. How did it go? Where did you begin?
I went for counseling, but most of the time I was accompanied by my mom. And I was going for the sake of going. Nimeambiwa I have to go so that I finish my college studies. So I'm going.
So
wafurahie.
Wafurahie.
So I went, and I would go for sessions. You know, they wanted to open up. I would open up kidogo.
Did you open up the first day?
No.
What did you guys talk about the first day?
The first day we talked about high school. I even lied to her. Teachers hate me. They're always punishing me for nothing. And then she's like, okay. All the time I was saying like watu wananionea. So nimekuja kwako uniambie ni kwa nini watu wananionea. So she started me on medication because I stayed home for 2 weeks. She started me on medication and an injection. But imagine she never told me what the problem is. She just told my mom, this one has to take medications and nasiwache and shindano. Atakuwa anakuja tunamdunga.
At what point were you given the medication?
The second week.
The second week. So the counseling went
for 2 weeks.
What, for 2 weeks?
Yeah, because I had to go back to college.
Okay. Did you understand why?
I did not even want to understand. Ninakuja ndio wafurahie. So wameniambia nikuja counseling. I have to go for counseling so that I clear my course. See that I do what they want me to do. So that was the mentality then. So I remember I was taking my medication, but I was taking zile za sasa, what is this? I'm not sick.
Maybe hata ujambiwa.
And basically, you know, when you're sick, you can feel yourself, I'm sick. Nimepewa madawa and I'm not sick. But I have to obey because my mom is hakikishing that I'm doing the right thing. So I was given medication and I was going for injection. And I remember I went back with my medication to college. There's no mom there to watch me. So I stopped taking my medication. I remember I even called her. I told her, unajua nini mom? Hizi dawa mtakunywa. Me, I'm good. I'm good with or without the medication, I'm good. Hizi dawa si poa. And I stopped taking medication. After all, I was 18 and above. So you don't force an 18 and above.
And are you feeling like you feel good?
I was still feeling good. I was feeling hyped.
The hype was still there.
The hype was still there. And another time, the director of the college alikuwa anapata complaints and alikuwa sure Jacqueline is there. Because all your students have come, they have stolen ugali in our hotel. We were taking nyama choma, wakabeba ugali yote. Akisikia Jacqueline. There was a small brown girl. Bas, Jacqueline. It was that bad. And I cleared college. And Gafla bin Vu, I got a boyfriend. Allah. And Pat.
Jackie has a boyfriend. Jackie has a boyfriend.
Ule boyfriend unapata chini ya maji.
Kwa nini unamweka chini ya maji?
See, alikuwa chini ya maji. Parents, they don't know him, but my friends know him.
Yeah.
So we were living in the hostel. So I moved from the hostel to his home, to his house. My parents don't know. They're still paying hostel.
Okay, but unasoma bado.
Si nimeshamaliza kusoma. Sasa niko attachment. But sasa niko attachment nimepata boyfriend.
Umeenda kwake. Accommodation imebadilika.
Accommodation imebadilika. So my parents would send me money. My friend, I pocket.
Pesa ya hostel.
Life ndio hiyo. Life was awesome. So I kept lying to my parents because hostel
Jackie.
And then your hostel ilikuwa karibu na where with my boyfriend then was living. So ndio huyu wa hostel macho na siniseti I would appear technical appearance kwa hostel.
Nipigwe simu.
Ananiona si mko wengi. Kwa tu madam. So ananiona. So it was like that. Then in 2007 pop I'm pregnant. Hey. So I'm like, now I'm pregnant. I have to tell my parents I'm pregnant. So I call my mom in town. Told her, mom, tupatane Thika town. So I went home. So I met mom. I told mom I'm pregnant with this guy, blah, blah, blah. He has said we will take care of the kid, blah, blah. It explained my mom to everything. And she's like, are you ready for this?
That's brave though.
And my mom is like, I have no otherwise. So we accepted and we lived with my then husband, Patrick. We lived with him and we got our first child. Now after the child, is when now things got worse. The hyped girl, now I'm hype. I used to be hype, I used to have friends and then blah blah. Now I decided to keep to myself.
Okay.
I'm keeping to myself. I'm always irritable. I'm crying out of nothing. Don't forget I have a small baby. When the baby cries, I cry. And so the baby daddy then is like, sasa huyu mtoto analia na yeye analia. What is this?
How was the pregnancy?
The pregnancy was okay.
You were right yourself?
I was okay. I was still hyped even when I was pregnant.
Okay. So now you are a little bit low.
After giving birth is when I went low.
Okay.
And then the baby grew up and I had to go look for a job.
Yeah.
So I got a job. Now when I got a job, the hype came back. The hype came back. And I remember my husband would complain. I'm stubborn, wambiliki. You know, and at that time, I'm at my hype place. I own the world.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me.
The same hype that was.
Yeah, you can't tell me. So when he comes to the house at 2 a.m. Jackie nani, I'll come the following day at 3 a.m. Let us compete. Mtoto atajilea, kwani iko nini?
Wow.
That was me.
So kuna msichana wa kazi ama?
Yeah, there's a house girl.
Okay.
So that was how we would live. And I remember the mother-in-law would come and like, guy.
Wow.
You know? And then sometimes she would come because I have spent the whole night inje, nimelala until 1 p.m. And there's a child, a house girl in the house. And she's like, there's something wrong. And I remember she would call my mom and tell my mom, the way she's behaving is not normal. Something is wrong. And then my mom would be like, mother-in-law ataki mtoto wangu. I'm taki. So it went on like that. And the marriage now started being violent. There was a lot of violence. Because sasa uko na mwan bibi kichwa, and then my husband was so much into alcohol. So there was imbalance somewhere. And there was violence, physical, mental, there's a lot of violence.
Okay.
And so I quit my job. And he had to come to Nyeri and work at Kenya Methodist.
Okay.
So he was working at Kenya Methodist. Simi niko kwa nyumba, niko housewife. And I remember I would just get outburst. You see, I'm irritated by small things.
Small things, yeah.
Kama ndudi kupita nisikie kelele. I'm angry. If my baby cries and I don't want them to cry, I'm angry. This one now crying. I was just getting angry over nothing. And I went on like that, thinking it's normal.
Are you seeking any help?
I'm not seeking any help. So I'm like, I'm good. Hizi ni vitu zinawapatanga wa mama. So in my head I'm like,
they call it post what?
Yeah. Postnatal depression that get our mama. I wasn't even thinking about postnatal. I'm like, I'm good. And then I don't have friends. Don't forget. My husband had put it in such a way I could socialize with anyone and tell them I'm going through this and this and this and this. It was either his mom, and his mom was on his side. So I kept to myself. And then tulikuwa tumetrainiwa, if you are married, you have to protect your husband.
uende ukimchomea
CV. So I don't want kumchomea home.
Wow.
So I'm just quiet. But my parents would be told, the way your daughter is living is not a good life. And then when they call me and I lie to them, niko sawa.
Yeah.
Niko sawa. I remember sometimes when we are living in Nyeri, a place called Kangemi, alinichapa viproper. I remember alinichapa akaniekelea mawe ya 9 and I had to be admitted.
Your then husband?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to be admitted to Outspan. And kabisa ulikuwa unaona huyu deba amepigwa. But when my parents came and my dad and my mom, I told them nilikuwa kwa stairs. Now they just looked at me like, we can't help you until you help yourself.
Yeah.
And so life, we moved on like that. And then then I decided to look for a job now, seriously looking for a good job. And I got a job here in Karatina.
Okay.
So we had to move from Nyeri to Karatina.
Yeah.
No, I think hii hype yangu inakujanga na pesa. Sikuwa naelewa.
Ukiwa na kakiru,
nikuwa na kakitu terrible things, terrible. So kakiru with money. My friend, now me I'm in Karatina University. I'm working there. I have a reputation in Karatina University.
Yeah.
And then that in Karatina University was very new, eh?
Yeah.
So anybody walikuwa nasikia wewe anafanya Karatina University.
Yeah.
Hey, my friend. When Chris Kirubi your time.
Yeah.
Yeah? So I was hyped. Hey, very hyped. Going out, clubs zote huku zilikuwa zinanijua. Be it Vintage, be it Starbucks, be it zote, even in Nigeria, I would go to all clubs. And then it was just weird. I take my friends out, I buy them things and everything. Don't forget I'm still married. So my husband alikuwa na tabia hawezi make. So the violence escalated. So I remember in 2011, I called my parents and I called his parents. His parents did not come. And I told them, nenda kwa hii career. Yeah, I was push and pull here and there.
Definitely.
Kidogo, they decided to take the kids. See the way a woman would fight for her children.
Wait, you said kids, so
by that time I had the second born.
Okay.
Now you're expecting, like you're married and your husband tells you we're having a divorce and I'm going away with the kids. Yeah. As a woman, you're supposed to fight for your kids.
Yeah.
I see Jackie. Urada Shana. Chukwa.
Ate?
Do I care?
Wait a minute. Okay, hardly do we hear such cases? Because I think women, we are
you want the kids.
Protective.
The in-laws, they came, they want the kids.
Did you really mean it though?
I was sincere.
Like ulimaanisha like sini wako bado.
You want the kids. Chukwa. Wow. And it went like that. So
from the bottom of your heart,
you take the kids. And they take the kids. I think nilikuwa wale baby daddies when you are buying. So the kids are taken. I don't even call to check what they are eating. Mimi nichukue simu niwapigie. Asha, I'm busy having fun in Karatina.
Wow.
So I moved from a 2-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom house.
Wow.
And I was
like
having
how
fun.
long the time frame all that is happening?
I stayed with the kids 2011, 2012. In 2013 they came, they said they want to take the kids.
Okay.
So me, I'm like, okay.
They went out, like for how long did you stay separate from the kids?
2013, 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
So like 1 year.
A whole year.
How was it on your own, basically living on your own? Did
like a single
who?
I was enjoying life. Nani. No, I did not go to see them, by the way. I did not go to see them. Nani. I was enjoying my life, by the way, like a single chick.
Yeah.
Hey, I was having fun. I was jumping from one club to the other. And then at work, it was weird. Kazi nilikuwa naingia anytime I want. Naingia venye nataka na natoka venye nataka. And dare you ask me, even if you're my supervisor or my head of department, dare you ask me. I would be rude to you mpaka unashindwa huyu ni mimi ameongelesha or you know, I was having weird behaviors.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a friend, a very close friend to date. He went outside the country. He would sit me down and tell me, by the way, unafiatu. The way tunaenda hivi, you're mad. And I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just myself. I'm trying to explain to him, I am myself. I am enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my life.
I bet you won't understand why everybody's having a problem.
Yes, I'm enjoying my life. My bosses would call me. By that time, within that period, I had gone for 3 disciplinaries as a member of staff in Krishna University. I have talked rudely. I have impersonated somebody. Weird things. Hey, things are bad. Bad things.
Yeah.
And see, now we've separated with my husband. Now I'm living extravagant life. To a point, I took a loan of 500,000. Within 4 days, hiyo pesa ilikuwa imeisha. But then nikifikiria maneno inanifikia
500,000. Imagine angeongeza 100,000 ningenunue shamba huko of land pale Wema Springs.
Imagine I took a loan of 500,000. I gave a mama, sasa ni kupeleka Starbucks anakuwa hapo. I gave a mama pale nje Starbucks anakuwa na for sure hivi ameka kwa kamti 50k. 50k. She was borrowing in the streets.
Borrowing, okay.
Yes, okay. I give her 50k. Ngadhania mimi ni women rep. Jesus Christ.
No, I think ni ogero gamile.
I called my friends. I told them, let's go party. I buy them things. I called my friend again, the one I've told you about, together with my uncle. I told them I want to do an overhaul of my house. So how in nyumba iko na fridge, iko na viti, iko na nini. But I went to the supermarket and bought the same things.
So there was no reason for you to borrow the 500k. It's not a project you had. Okay.
I had nothing. I just wanted to
live a life.
Yeah, nikukula life with a big spoon at that moment. So I went to the supermarket. I was just swiping TV, chair, could swipe. So
bring another one.
It's like another one. I remember it was Chumi and Mathai now. Hey, I was swiping. Then television nikaenda Nyeri. Hata sitaki kununua za huku. Nikaenda Nyeri. Swipe. And we brought them to the house, tukapanga. Sasa the problem was, kwa nyumba there were other things. There was another fridge, there were other things.
Then you buying the same thing.
Yes, I gave them out. I would call you, Sir Grace, unajisikia na fridge? Kujia.
That's kind.
Sir Grace,
you're really an amazing
unajisikia na viti? I was so generous
and
living extravagantly.
Yeah.
So ikafika mahali, I don't pay my rent. Unaniona sasa? Na si ati I don't have the money. I sit down, I'm like, instead ya kulipa rent, search niende na nyuki na 12k, I enjoy myself.
Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Grace Mwai Official. Na tukumbuke kuendelea kusubscribe. Also remember, you can invest on an acre of land at only 600,000 Kenya shillings. Iko pale Embu. We are calling it Wema Springs. You only need 30% deposit. That is a shillings 180,000. Na unaweza pata eka yako of land. It is only 11 kilometers from the Kenyan headquarters, 1.5 kilometers from the tarmac road. Unaweza panda potatoes, unaweza panda nyanya kama unapenda farming. Uko pia kuna shule. It's a nice place for investment and nice place also to live as a family. Kwa hivyo karibuni sana pale Wema Springs. Remember, it's only shillings 600,000. 30% to deposit, unaweza pata your acre of land. Karibuni sana Wema Springs. Now, bado tunaendelea na mgeni and she is Jackie and her story is very inspiring. Na kwa hivyo tutaendelea so that we know what next. What is next for Jackie. Karibu sana Jackie.
Asante sana.
I think you're really amazing and very kind. Atuwa utire itadeko. Ukiona tukicheka hapa, I know what she's saying. Sometimes it's not even funny by the way, but sahi it is the past and we thank God for the fact that she has come. So karibu sana Jackie and we thank God for this fun. So at this point of time, umekataa kulipa rent. Unataka aje?
Nimekataa kulipa rent. So the landlord is on my case. And I have no kids. So I'm niko na rent arrears. So in 2014, the in-laws decided to bring me back the kids. Waliona nimenana sana. They brought me back the kids.
Ili iwe funzo.
Yeah. Wakaniletea watoto. So remember, I have rent arrears. The kids have been brought back. So all of a sudden nyumba imeanza kufungwa. So my schedule now sasa imeinterruptiwa, my hype life imeinterruptiwa. Here are the kids, I have to bring a house girl, rent sijalipa. So I would keep on taking loans to offset the arrears. So I kept on doing that.
Okay.
And within no time, I sank into depression. But I did not realize I was sinking into depression. So the hyped girl who was always people's person started keeping to herself. So I'm not going to work. I can stay 2 days without going to work, without explanation. I'm angry all the time. Sometimes even at that work, naingia 8, natoka 8 a.m. Don't ask me. In Karatina University, there is night, kuna gari ya usiku. So the department I was in, I could say na work late.
Okay.
So at night I will have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So I'd work to beat my timelines at night.
Yeah, at night.
So during the day, sinimetoka kazi saa 8 usiku. I'm expecting you to use your common sense to understand nilitoka late. So when I come late in the morning, like 9 or 10, and you ask me why I was late, I would just either be rude to you. And so my bosses would get concerned. And it reached to a point, even my friends were concerned. And those friends who would not handle my outbursts, because I was very rude and harsh, they kept to them. They were like, kama ni Jackie. So now I have no friends. I'm keeping to myself, and it was very tough. And I remember in 2017, it got very serious.
Okay.
I went missing to work 1 week. I took my kids. So in that depression mood, I took my kids to a hotel here in Karatina. I called my friend. I told him, Niaje, I want to come and sleep in your hotel. So I have a house, and we can sleep there in the house. But I had a plan. So I told him, I want to book a room in your hotel. You make us meals, and we will sleep there. Okay. And he was like, ni Jackie, no problem. Wachaku, wachakuje. So I went, and we ate with my kids. And after eating, nilikuwa nimeshanunua dawa ya panya in Nagrovet. So I had planned, I'm going to kill my kids and then kill myself. And then, because it's a hotel, nobody would suspect me in that hotel. So I'm missing in my house. Nobody suspect me in that hotel, apart from that one friend nimeambia kwenye niko. And you know, life goes on without me, because now I'm depressed. I was just feeling depressed. Singe explain depression imetoka wapi.
It's a low moment.
So I remember my kids woke up because I had planned waamke asubuhi. They normally take water in the morning. So nilikuwa nimeka hiyo dawa kwa hiyo maji. So I was like, asi watamka wakunywe maji. I don't know what happened. I went to the toilet. But when I came back, I found my firstborn son ameshika simu anaongea na simu. I was so angry. I was like, huwa anataka kuniharibia mpango yangu. Anaongea na nani kwa simu? So I asked him, Wawero, who are you speaking to on phone? So he's like, no, auntie amepiga, ananiuliza tuko wapi. Now that's a colleague of mine. At work, nimemiss for 1 week. And I'm almost being permanent dismissal from work because that's absconding duty. And she's concerned. Because amekuwa akiona trends zangu na behavior zangu.
Anaona uko poa.
So she's been calling my number nakata ama saa zingine niko mteja. But this one time she called and my son picked. So my son is like, no, tuko kwa hoteli na mom. Hata ameamka sijui ameenda wapi. So my friend is like, kwa hoteli.
Wait, Jackie, for how long did you do the planning?
That planning I did it in 1 day.
In 1 day.
Not
the previous day.
The previous day.
It's something that had just happened. You just had the plan during that time, or is something
depression.
that you had been
I was
about?
just depressed. I was that time I was feeling depressed kabisa. I'm like, niko na rent arrears, watoto ndio nimerudishiwa. I have to move to a bigger house.
Okay.
I was just feeling depressed.
All right. Right. About then, it is good for us to, because as much as we continue with your story, I believe that very many people need to know and learn a lot of things based on your story. I would want you to speak to somebody who you have mentioned a lot of signs and symptoms of also depression, which you had not also realized before then. So it is good for you to get to explain to our viewers today what are some of the signs and the symptoms of depression, at least some of them.
Some of the signs of depression is you cry out of nothing. You're just sad, you're just moody. You're crying. Hata ukakanyanga mende by friend utalia. You cry out of nothing. Depression, you stay in bed. Your body is awake. You're in bed. Your body is awake, but you don't want to get out of that bed.
Yeah.
You can stay for 1 week without taking a shower. My friend, you're just there.
Just a disinterest.
Yeah. The things that interest you most, you're not doing them.
Yeah.
If you are into studies, you don't want to study. If you come in mwanafunzi, you don't want to study. You just want, you know, you lack interest.
Okay.
Then you keep to yourself.
All right.
There are those who eat a lot when they are depressed, and there are those who withdraw from food when they are depressed.
Okay.
So basically, those are the basic symptoms.
Basic symptoms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would say, Jackie would say that was one of your lowest moment as far as your story so far is concerned. That was what you would say. Iyo sasa ndio ilikuwa like the climax of everything.
Yeah.
Is the feeling any different from what you were feeling before? Especially, that is why I asked for how long were you planning the whole plan with the kids and all that. What is the feeling that dominated most? Is it any different with the signs and symptoms of depression that you were having earlier on?
The symptoms that dominated for me most were my hypes and my depressions.
Okay.
I would be hyped like
high sana.
I'm high like on Monday.
Yeah.
Then on Wednesday, I'm depressed.
Yeah, okay.
And when I'm high,
okay,
nafanya kitu kikubwa like to see like kuendesha basi.
Yeah.
So what gives me depression is when I sit down and I'm like, and by the way, niliendesha aje basi?
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
So my depression came when I'm like, why can't I be coexist nicely with my HODs?
Yeah.
Why are my friends running away from me?
Okay.
But then iliongelesha ule vibaya. Why did I talk badly to that person?
Okay.
Why did I beat my son? You know, such things. They got me depressed.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So tuko hapa kwa your son response.
Yeah, my son responds to the call.
And it causes you to
I was very angry.
Anger and
yeah,
everything.
I was angry. Okay. But then ningemchapa vibaya sana. And I'm like, who ananiharibia mpango? You know? So fortunately, I'd say it's God. Fortunately, my friend asked my son, where exactly are you? No, he's like a small boy. So he's like, sijui ni hoteli. And then he's explaining to me, kula chip na kuku. He's excited. But my friend is like, no, where exactly are you? So my friend told him, enda kwa dirisha, uniambie unaona nini.
I don't think that was a coincidence, Jackie.
So my friend was like, okay, my son was like, naona petrol station, naona magari zinapita.
How old are they?
I know
at that point? No, then.
10. Hey, maybe 9. The
One
other
was
was 9, the
9.
other was 6. They were young.
Okay.
So my friend was like, kama anaona hii petrol station fulani, then they're in this hotel. So my friend was like, awesome. She made calls because akwa job.
Like she just connected.
Yeah,
Something is not
she
adding
made
up.
calls. Ati Jackie ameabscond duty na anatafutwa. That time nilikuwa natafutwa job. Anatafutwa job.
He joined the
So
dogs, yeah.
Akacall another friend. So that friend called me immediately. Akaniambia, Jackie, nimekupea dakika 2, you be in my house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sasa wameniambianga aje anaharibu hii plan.
Yeah.
So within no time, there were people in the room.
Like that fast, everything happened that fast.
There were colleagues in the room. The guy of the hotel was in the room. You know, pia yeye alipigiwa.
You had prepared your concoction.
Yeah, I had prepared. It's already there.
Okay.
The owner of the hotel is there. They are like, nimepigiwa na watu wako jo. Ameniambia nikuje nifahamu kwa
That was not a coincidence.
So they all entered.
That was the work of God.
And I went to my friend's that place. Sikupelekwa kwangu. So my friend took me to her place. I slept there. No, I showered. My kids showered. She made us breakfast and a lot of things. And then she called my parents. She told my parents, this is what has been happening. Okay. All along, my parents knew nothing. This is what has been happening.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom was so worried. And my colleague called work. Akasema, tomorrow she'll come to work. Then when she comes to work, you talk to her. Then you see whether she'll go to her parents' place. Yeah. So I went to work and I found the registrar, planning and administration. And so far, alikuwa amepewa story, what I have been doing, blah, 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 what I was planning. Yeah. So when I reached the office, he's like, Jacqueline, you need help. Okay. You have been behaving like this and this and this. It's not normal. You need counseling. At that time now I became rebellious. Si college munipeleke counseling. Alafu ku kazi munanipeleka counseling. And he saw by then my body language. So he's like, no, Jacqueline, let me take you to our doctor. And I was taken to the university doctor. The university doctor, aliniongelesha polepole by the way, akaniambia, Jacqueline, for you to keep your job, you have to go for counseling. For your own well-being, you have to go for counseling.
Is there any like a beam of hope you were feeling this far we are at with the story, did you feel at some point just a feeling of, you know, hope?
No.
I don't want to do this anyway. It's like I'm not okay. Did you
At that time, I did not have hope. I was like, these people are wasting my time.
Okay.
My exit point is dying. And you know, mumeniharibia mpango zangu anyway.
Yeah.
So I remember I was taken home in Thika. My parents were waiting. By then niliwapata wote wako nyumbani. Wamenigojea kama mheshimiwa. Yeah? They were waiting for me. My dad told me he has no problem. You come with your kids.
Wow.
I will take your kids to school. Shule iko hapa tu karibu. We live in Landless.
Okay.
Shule iko tu hapa. And then you ngengane na getting better.
Yeah.
Now I had been told to be an inpatient. I refused. I said, mimi niende nikae na wanda wazimu. Siwezi make. So I decided to be going an outpatient. The place is Midiva Wellness Center. It is there, Poge Dingiri. So nilikuwa nimepatiwa time from 3 to 5 ndio sessions zangu. But nilikuwa natoka home 3, nafika town 4, ndio nifike 4:30. Tukue na 30 minutes za session.
Yani at this given point you have not come to a place of acceptance.
Tukue na 30 minutes za sessions.
Yeah.
And I would go home na meet my dad. So na yeye anashindwa uko sawa, we come talking with my dad and my dad would see I'm not still okay.
Yeah.
Because nika hizo sessions ziko zinasaidia and my father will get frustrated like huyu hasaidiki. At home I'm not talking to anybody. Madhi akiniambia nipike yani staki. I had lost interest in everything, even my own kids. So I remember Madhi siku moja akanipigia kwa shule. She woke me up. She told me, I want you to go to Nairobi Bliss Hospital and take for me some medications of pressure. Na akanitumia pesa. Kasema hakuna shida. Nikaamka, nikaoga polepole. Nilikuwa natoka kwa nyumba saa 8 na Madhi alinipigia saa 2 asubuhi. Nikaenda Nairobi. Kufika Nairobi yake nikapata Bliss. Hawana hizo dawa. I got so angry. Ungedhania nimepigwa. I called my mom. Mwambia Madhi uko mjinga sana. How do you send me medication and there is no medication here? Nikakata simu. Alikuwa amenipea 1000 kutoka Nairobi kutoka Thika mpaka Nairobi ni so. So niliingia Salford. Nilikula kuku mzima my friend na chips, fare ikaisha. Fare ikaisha. Sanford. Then I called her. I told her, "Dinabesha, I don't have fare."
Mafati gutuhe kindu. Tupatieni kitu watu wa Sanford.
I don't have fare. So my mom is like, I gave you 1000.
Umekula 900 ama kidogo.
What are you telling me? My mom got furious. Nikamwambia mimi niko Nairobi. Aki imagine she sent me pesa ingine sasa fare nipande gari. Nikapanda gari mpaka kutoka Nairobi mpaka Thika. Kufika Thika ile pesa ilikuwa imebaki. Nikaingia kwa mkaa kingine nikakula salmon na chai. Nikampigia nikamwambia sina fare. But then now she was getting like I was getting on her nerves bad sana. Akaniambia
like, were you doing that intentionally?
I was angry. I was doing out of anger.
Not conscious.
Yeah.
Anger.
Yes. So my mom ananiambia anitumie Okamushimaguru, come home with food. Nikamwambia ai, kwani iko shida? Kwani iko nini? I called a friend of mine, a colleague. Nikamwambia anitumie so tatu. Akanitumia so tatu. Na I did not go directly. Nikazubaa Thika town, nikaingia kwa gari, itemenye najua magari zitaisha. Gari ya mwisho stage nikaingia.
Wow.
Nikafika home. Nifika home saa 5 usiku. Kapata father amelala kwa kiti. My kids wamelala, so the following day wanaenda shule. My mom ako dining table, she's breathing like a buffalo, my friend. Nikaingia like nikawapita. Madhi akaniambia rudi hapa. Kaa hapa chini. Madhi aje nipe msomo kama hiyo maishani. Majina alikuwa anatoa za Kikuyu. Alikuwa ameweka Christianity kando. She was pissed off. She insulted me. Let me tell you, in my head kulikuwa na reki. Unaona kitu ya nyasi? Ilikuwa hapo kando. So my head was telling me, kill your mom. Kwani iko nini? So I was doing calculations. Baada yake niongelesha, I was doing calculations. Niruke nichukue ile kitu ni hack na nitokelekee kwa ile mlango.
You're silent.
Yeah, and I'm silent. I'm just looking at her. But I'm doing those calculations.
Okay.
But I was telling myself, before nifikie ile kitu dada amekaa pale atakuwa amenifikia. Kwa hivyo wawili watanishika, watanipiga haro ya gidigidani nitakufa. So Madhi alimaliza kuongea. Nikamwambia nataka kwenda choo. Niingie choo ya ndani ya nyumba, ilienda nje. Ya nje my foot, niliruka gate. Nikatembea from home Landless to Thika to Makongeni to Thika town mpaka pale Del Monte penye mnanunuanga matunda kwa Githingiri. Yes, nikaenda hadi
By now it's around 1 AM or
nikaenda na kunanyesha. And I could not even feel nimechoka or anything. I walked. Nikafika hapo Moi Primary. Kuna kichaka. Unaona pale Del Monte penye watu kula. There's a forest, a thick forest. Some jamas got out. Wajamaa wa baba kwa giza. Wakanisimamisha, wewe msichana simama hapo. Nikasimama. Unaenda wapi? Nikauliza hiyo time nyingine mnaniuliza kwa naenda nini tunasumbuana. They just looked at me. If they were this, they were shocked.
Ni mwenye unapitanga tu na
labda ni mmoja wetu ako na stress. Nikaenda Midiva. Midiva nilifika saa 9 asubuhi. So it was raining. So the matron is like, sikaka niko na kujanga session.
Yeah.
So she's shocked. I was hysterical. I was crying. I was screaming. Ulikuwa unashindwa what is her problem. Nilidungwa shindano by the way ya kulala.
Wow.
Nikadungwa shindano nikalala. They called my parents. Sayo father asha alert Masai wote wa landless wa nje. Huyu msichana alitoka hapa amevaa hivi na hivi na hivi, mtafuteni. Na mkimwona pana piga mshale. Yes. So they were called, they were told Jacqueline is here. So nilijiadmit, but they admitted myself to a mental institution. Wow. The doctor came the following day. Her name was Dr. Njeri. She came the following day. She was told the story. And she said, let her be admitted.
When you were leaving home, Jackie, you had the intention of
I just wanted
like when
to
you
walk.
were walking, did you have an intention of admitting yourself, or the thought came?
No, I was just walking to a place where I felt safe.
Okay. Ukatokezea hospitali.
I knew I was going to Midiva because I felt Midiva is where
is the only place.
People wanna tolerate. You know, home nobody's understanding me. At work they are sending me to this. Let me go there. So that's why I walked up to them. And when Dr. Njeri came in the morning, and now my mom also came on board. My mom told her now my history. Just madhia anamwambia tulikuwa nafanya nikuwe mtoto nini na nini tumefika hapa. So she's like, no, let Jacqueline be she'll be admitted. And they called my university. I told her now. Ule mwenye mlikuwa mmetuambia inpatient akakataa, sasa ni inpatient amejileta. Kabisa. Bring all the documents so that she's admitted. So the process of admission started. I stayed there for 2.5 months. And the first month was them kuni observe, kukujua. Then they want to know me, so they got to know me very well. And the second month ikienda kuanzia ndio niliitwa na a panel of doctors. And I remember they told me, Jacqueline, you have bipolar disorder 1. Sasa hiyo kizungu ikakuwa ngumu. And I asked them, what do you mean by bipolar disorder 1? They explained to me. They told me you have manics and you have depressions. Manics are those hypes. And then you have depression, and it is causing you to behave in a certain way. You can't function normally. And I was put on medication for the remaining days that I was there, or weeks. And I stayed there, and the last day I was discharged. My parents came for me. But I remember when I was still there, after my diagnosis, my employer came. The university management came. They came to see me, and they gave me encouragement. No, they told me, Jackie, there's hope. There's no big deal. And I remember my bishop. My bishop came. It's like, you know, when you see a man of God coming to see you, na hakwambi uko na pepo, but they uko sawa. So they came, they told me you'll get better. And I went home. And after going home, you know, now I had to like put my life together. So I had family support. My cousins, my uncles, all of them came on board. So I had to start life afresh. Hapa Karatina nilikuwa na arrears za rent and everything. They cleared that for me. They cleared that for me. So I was starting life afresh.
You feel better? You felt better also?
I felt better now. And then when you're at the rehabilitation center, it's not only, you don't even only get rehabilitated, you get rejuvenated. So you get to know yourself.
It's like a break from
you get to know yourself.
You
get on a meeting with you, yourself and you. You get to know yourself and make life choices. So while there I had made some choices. I need to change these friends, I need to do this to my life and this. And so when I came to Karatina, I'll tell you it was not easy. Because at that time I had already gone viral because I went on Facebook, I told my story. I had gone to Inoro, I had gone to Citizen, I had gone to KTN. So when I came to Karatina, those that were my friends were like, ule Jackie mwenda, simkaribi. So those that were my friends remained my friends, my genuine friends. Those that were not my genuine friends, they kept their distance.
Yeah.
There was a bit of transition for me that was a bit hard.
Okay.
And then I went back to work. My employer was so supporting.
Yeah.
They even changed me my department. Wakasema huyu tukimweka place ana interact na watu this and this and this and this, we have to change. So my employer was also supportive.
Yeah.
And so the journey has been good.
Okay.
I've been able to start a group.
All right.
A group where we help people with mental issues,
Okay.
not only mental issues.
All right.
Najua umaskini inaletanga mental issues. So we help people who are in need in society. And we just check out for their welfare in general.
Yeah.
So I will not say it has been easy, because I have to take medication every day, and I was told for the rest of my life because my condition is genetic. There are those who get it from environmental factors. Mine is genetic.
Okay.
So nitakaa nayo.
Means kuna mtu mwingine.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu mwingine kwa family, kwa bloodline.
Yes, it was passed to me.
Okay.
So I have to take medication until I die. And I tell my friends, it's those who suffer from either bipolar or any other mental condition, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Kukunywa dawa,
it's
not a big deal. You know, I'm not walking on the street and I'm written, I'm bipolar, I'm taking medication.
It is true.
So I take my medication.
It is true.
And sometimes this medication, it's tough to take this medication. The side effects zinatokeanga pap.
Yeah.
Unakunywa 8:15, ushachu blackout, you're asleep.
Yeah.
And so it was hard. You add weight. If not weight, you know, so many things happen to your body. And so you find people who have mental conditions wanaogopanga kukunywa dawa. Now society is not forgiving.
Yeah.
Because like let's say umetoka Mathare Hospital. I know you have had this before. Mwana mtu ametoka Mathare Hospital anasema umeona nani? Amenona. So you don't know what you are doing to that person.
And there are a lot of misconceptions that people have also.
So it was a bit hard.
Okay.
And then I learned to cope with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I'm adding weight, I have to go to the gym. If I have to eat this kind of food. Yeah. And for sure, it's very expensive. Treating mental conditions is expensive. Yeah. But if you have an AHIF card, you're safe.
All right.
And right now, we are passing a bill in Parliament. And we want there to have a Mental Health Act bill. Yeah. So that those people are treated differently. Yeah. The government caters for them. Yeah. In Mathare Hospital, they're trying, because ukienda huko, the way you buy medication in other institutions is different. Yeah. Labda ile ya 200 per day can be in Mathare, can be 75 shillings. Yeah, so it's being subsidized by the government. Okay. That it is expensive, because like me, I spend like 24,000 a month. Wow. So it's expensive.
It's a huge chunk of money. Yeah. And I think people tend to shy away also from when it comes to treating mental health issues. Yeah. People tend to shy away because of also the expenses and also the misconceptions. Yeah. With the society. Yes. So I was hearing ulikuwa na mention sana ule mwenda, ule wazimu, nini. Some of the misconceptions that people have, they look at you na kuita hivyo, which I think personally I think it's quite offensive, but it is because people don't have an understanding of this is a disease like any other disease, but it is usually treated differently, and I don't know why. And it is good that you're also advocating for a bill to be passed so that people like you and many others that you're encouraging right now can be able to get encouraged even through all their treatment. But right now, there is a lot that can be done on the ground also. Yes. Apart from bipolar disorder 1, there is, if we had a lot of time, we would have talked about other mental illnesses that have really finding people. Yeah. And sometimes people hawana your information. That and many other mental health issues. What are some of the things that you have realized that can also help on the ground kusaidia that ndio mtu asifike levels zingine ambazo they are not good for them or their families and their jobs and all that? What are some of the things inaweza happen chini kwa ground? Okay, I'll say that for the sake of mental health awareness, what basically has to happen is that the person suffering, let's start from there. If you're suffering from a mental health condition, it's hard for you to identify yourself. Yeah. But I'm sure una feel something is wrong. It's true. If you feel something is wrong, please don't shy away from reaching out to someone for help. All right. Especially our men. Unasema mimi ni mwanaume nitajikaza kimwanaume. It's very that's why 95% of those that commit suicide are men, because you keep it to yourself. Yeah. And the other thing I'll say is that
nowadays mental health awareness is spreading very well. Because like you have a channel that you're talking about mental health. Or our media stations are talking about media health. But the people I want to come on board right now are the churches.
Okay.
If the churches can come on board and treat mental health as a disease, then we are okay. Because Grace Maya, I'll tell you, when I go to the ground, like someone who has schizophrenia, church don't take it as schizophrenia. Most of the churches. I have seen many that have take them to a psychologist. Schizophrenia is someone who hears voices, but when the person, maybe a close family member, anaenda anaambia mtumishi wa Mungu, nina suffer from this, kijana wangu ako hivi na hivi, instead of them seeking counseling or psychology, they call us someone in their houses or to church. I'm not saying spiritual healing is bad, but I'm saying God heals. It's a work of the doctor to treat.
Combine.
So if the church can come on board, and because these people run to church, these mental health conditions, many people don't run to a counselor. They run to a man of God. It's good for that man of God to understand, in my church niko na counselor 5 na huyu anaweza saidia huyu kijana. Even most of our pastors, I believe they have studied a bit of psychology. Hata yeye ataona. You see? So if the churches can come on board, because the government is really trying. The government, even the president the other day made a committee. The government is trying.
And
the issue is on
really
the ground.
Fast.
The issue is on the ground.
Before we go to your parting shot, there are a lot of misconceptions about mental health. I would want you to address at least 2 or 3 misconceptions that people have, because people really need to understand this issue. What are some of the misconceptions? Some that maybe found you, others you have had?
I will say that some that found me, the misconception is this someone is pretending. This someone is an attention seeker. And it's not basically the issue. If you try to help that someone, you'll find out there's an issue. The other misconception is that umerogwa. You know, this one is bewitched. Sijui anko yake alimwaga mate kwa shamba, sijui blah blah blah, such things. It has got nothing to do with being bewitched. The other thing is that people have the conception, if you're mad, you're stupid. Those people who have mental conditions, and I can prove that, are the sharpest. They are so sharp, you have no idea.
That's very true, by the way.
They are very sharp. If they are given medication and they are given a right direction, they are very productive. So you said mental health issue can be caused by, it can be genetic. Number 2? Environmental.
Okay, good. So, parting shots. I know kuna vitu mingi sana Jackie tunaweza ongea hapa na tusaidia watu sana, but we are very very inspired by your story. We have been encouraged a lot, na kuna mtu amejua pale hivyo, I am not alone in this. So what is your parting shot? And you can begin by talking to anybody who is, I usually say, coming out, or you know, you are conquering, you are a warrior. That situation is not there to kukumaliza. So what are some of the advice and the hope that you would tell somebody that is suffering from a mental health issue, even bipolar? There are many mental health conditions out there. We have bipolar, we have anxiety, we have depression, we have schizophrenia. To anyone going through that outside there, I want to encourage you today and tell you it's not the end of the world. The time you feel it's your breaking, it's your end, that is your breaking point. That is the point where you get to get healing. Accept yourself. If you are told you have a mental condition, the first thing to do is accept yourself. Just like when you're told you have cancer, you have to accept you have cancer so that you get better. Accept yourself and walk the journey with those people who are willing to walk the journey with you. Because not everyone will walk the journey with you, and not everyone is out there for your good, for your own good. Just look for close family members, close friends that will see you, walk you through the journey. Seek a counselor's help. There's a difference between a clinical psychologist, a psychologist, and a counselor. Seek help from all those 3 people. Work with them, work together with them. Because whether you have bipolar, whether you have depression, whether you have anxiety, we all are suffering mentally. And your health, your mental health is very important. Because if you don't check your mental health, you'll end up killing someone. If not killing someone, committing suicide. If not committing suicide, breaking your family. So it's good for you to check your mental health. The other thing I want to tell people suffering from mental health, don't get tired. By the way, usichoke.
because sometimes you get tired. Take your medication religiously, work out, eat healthy, and if you have nobody to talk to, I'm always available. I talk to people. You can call me, you can go to my social media, you can go to FB, you can WhatsApp me. I'm always there. I have people everywhere. We have a group, and I have a group of people in every county that I know I can call. I mean, you're Nairobi, Grace Mwai, I'll call you, and you will get better, and they will walk with you the journey. And it's not that hard. That 11th hour unadhania it's the end. That's your beginning, and God will never let you go. That's all.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jackie. We wish you all the best in this journey.
Yeah.
We are always tested in the same things that God wants us to prosper in. So you never know. This is your area to prosper.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best in the healing process, everything that concerns you. Kazi, salimia sana watu Karatina University. By the way, we are in Nyeri.
Yes.
Watu wa Karatina University. Thank you so much. I have one of your own. Leo nimemuiba kidogo. So thank you so much, Jackie, for coming.
Yeah.
Ukirudi salimiane. Say hi to the boys. How kutuambia majina?
My son is called Wilson Wawero Mora. He's going to be a candidate next year. So I got 8 sahi. And then we have Wesley Kagu Mora. Yeah, he's currently with the dad enjoying his life. Hapo Dome.
Chatia.
Yeah.
Msalimie sana. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
God bless you so much.
Okay.
That was Jackie, and I hope to see you next time. Remember to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Here we learn, we get inspired, we get encouraged, we get informed. All those things in one basket. Yeah. My name is Grace Mwai. See you next time. Bye bye.